Hello, good morning. Good morning and welcome. This is Love Morning. This is a part of Hug Nation. This is a gratitude gathering. This is an opportunity to set our intentions for the day and remind ourselves that we are love ambassadors. And I often start with a song that I make up right now. Right now. I start a song. If you know the words, then sing along, but that would be impossible because it's in my head. Only the minute I think of it. What should I sing instead? I'll sing about gratitude. That's what's in our heart. It lifts our attitude. And this is when we start. Welcome to Love Morning. Yeah. Good morning, Gerbot. And thank you. I think your congratulations is because I bought a car. I bought a car yesterday. It was a big deal. Like, if you have known me for a while, I have shied away from anything that tied me to responsibility. Up until 3 years ago, I did not have a mortgage. I'm 50. I turned 53 in May, so I was 50 years old before I purchased property, a home, a condo, and well, it's a longer story, but and my car was a 2002, pretty raggedy but dependable Lexus SUV, and there was just a lot that had to go on in my mindset and mentality and looking at my life. It's actually maybe there's a lot to that I can dig into at some point, but at this point I will say good morning. Good morning, Jax. I was raised with some pretty conservative attitudes around money and saving. Like, you don't spend money you don't have and save as much as possible. And so I, generally I've not bought anything on credit except for a condo. And, I've always bought old used cars so I could buy it in cash. And not, I would rather have freedom than nice stuff. So if I look at something and go, ooh, that would be, I would love to have this nice thing or fancy stuff, but that means I need to work a little bit more. My head always does that equation of like, how much more labor, how much less freedom do I have to get that? And so it's like ramped up so high that like I want to keep savings, and I start to like look at when you're 53, you start to go, oh, I'm not going to live forever. So I don't have a objective of dying with, a big chunk of cash in the bank. So maybe there is a advantage in this game I've been playing in my head to playing some of the cards. It's like playing Uno and having like draw four wild cards. Like, I'm going to hold on to those. I'm going to hold on to those. Dude, you got to play those. I'm not sure if Lisa heard that because we played Uno when we were away in Idlewild. And I don't mean to like taunt or flaunt or rub it in her face because she's not listening now. I can tell. I crushed her. I almost thought she was letting me win. I was so good. No, actually, we had a lot of fun. And I tend to be a poor loser, so it's probably good that I won 3 in a row, and because that would probably be the last time we ever played Uno if she had won 3 in a row. Thanks, Gerbot. I just, it just popped in my head, the Uno analogy, because, yeah, young me always save. And recently I was talking with Lisa about money attitudes and how many people I know that grew up without very strong money attitudes in terms of, I won't say strong, but without that clear understanding of if there's always a cost, you know, now or later, or or responsibility to a payment, and all, that is reducing of freedom. And I know a lot of people that did not have the blessings that I did, and I was able to get through school without student loans due to scholarships and parental help. And that makes a massive difference, because once you start your adult life with a amount of debt that is beyond your comprehension, it's so easy to just go, well, I'll just add a little bit more debt. I'll just add a little bit more debt, because I'm my life, I exist in debt. I'm so against the structure of student loan for that reason. However, let me get back into my origin story of money before I invite you for more gratitudes from you. Which is, so I remember, maybe did I just tell the story? No, but it was at Toys R Us. I saw the Death Star playset, and if you collected Star Wars action figures, Kenner, the action figures were, I can try to remember now, like $2 to $5, something like that. The set, it was like 3 stories. It was huge. It was a lot of plastic. It had a trash compactor with little foam pieces. It had a trash compactor monster. Oh my God, it was so cool. And I was like, oh my God, I want that. And it was like $100. And my mom explained to me how long it would take me with my allowance to get that. And even with additional chores, how I could adjust and get more money if I did more chores and work more. It would still be, 6 months or something like that. And more than that, it was like 9 months. And I was just like, what? And I remember that moment of when my brain just like went, oh, you can't just have what you want, and I was also like, she's like, if you want that in 6 months, you can't buy any toys today. And I'm like, ah! And so I never got the Death Star. The Death Star was the big thing that I decided is not worth it. I would rather have a new stormtrooper today than save up for the Death Star in the future. At least that's what I made that decision then. Now, my friend Ryan Tobin, he got the Death Star, and it was so awesome. And then we got in a fight at his house, and it was really awkward because I really wanted to play with the Death Star, but we got in a fight that was kind of like prohibitive of us hanging out anymore. Anyway, so all that being said, it was a big deal for me to go in and spend, tens of thousands of dollars on a 2018 vehicle. And I'll get into more of some of the mindsets and stuff of that in a second, until after I say, good morning, Kiri. Kiri says, I'm looking forward to seeing the sweet pink paint job. There's a part of me that would so love to have a pink car or an obnoxious car. Except it's kind of like, I like being able to put a hat on if I don't want to be pink haired. And it would be a lot to be driving in a pink car every day. Like yesterday, I was driving in my new car and I passed it was like what was it? It's like a station wagon-y kind of thing. Maybe it was a minivan. And it had like an airbrushed Star Wars scene on the side, which is so rad 70% of the time. This is kind of traffic, stop and go. The person's trying to get home. And I bet they did not feel like a Jedi at the moment that they were driving. They probably did not want me yelling out the window, the Force is with you. And it made me think, do I want to be pink all the time? I don't know. I did have a moment yesterday where, I'm getting my old car ready to sell. And so I had this kind of emotional moment yesterday where I was scraping the stickers off the back of my car, because I have got love more, fear less, float more, steer less. I've got a Burning Man uh, logo on it. I've got 2 pink heart stickers. I've got like this custom love ambassador sticker. I've got one that says love ambassador, and then one of like a guardian demon that someone made me from one of my drawings. I've got a sticker of my face. Do I have it around here? One of the stickers of my face on my car, and it was interesting. Like I liked it being mine, and as I stripped it all away, it was like, you're just a car now. And so I get to decorate the new one, but not yet. Jack says, I bought my first truck, used badass by myself from the bank at 56. I didn't have credit cards until 53, and now I want to pay them all off and dispose of them. Yeah, credit cards are great as long as you pay them off every month. Otherwise, I mean, I hope everybody knows that credit card rates are just insane. You do not want to be paying off credit card debts. It is a terrible use of money. Good morning, Faith. Today, I am so grateful for the technology that links us. Much love from Florida. Much love to you, Faith. So nice to feel the Florida sunbeams coming through your words. Tall Paul. Good morning, Tall Paul. Good to see you. What a treat. Good morning, Brent. Brent's saying it's a Mary Kay car, although Mary Kay pink is not my pink. I'm not sure if you know that. It's funny. The Hugmobile I had painted pink, and when I went to go get it pink, initially the only like standard pink that Earl Scheib had was a Mary Kay pink, and it's like not. I didn't want that pink, so I had to like get a custom pink for the Hugmobile. But now the Hugmobile is practically white. It was painted in 2007. That's how many years? 15 years? 17 years? No, that can't be right. Oh my God. And so the Hugmobile has had some UV damage. It's not quite a bright pink anymore. You might not even think it's pink as it drove by, although you could tell it had wings on the side. Gerbot, grateful for my wonderful spaceship that's still going strong at 175K. Yeah. The Lexus that I'm getting ready to part with is at 220. And so now I'm looking at all those battle wounds, like, oh, that's right. I went through a car wash with the radio on, so it broke, the antenna's broken on it. It's got like eczema from UV. The paint has kind of got its rash, like a car that's been in the sun for years and years. It's got that flakiness, but it's dependable. It's also, oh my gosh, and get this. It's been leaking. The Lexus. The reason that prompted me to get a new car is that it's been, every time it rains, it fills with water, and now it's got a musty smell, and I've been having to deal with that and soak it with vinegar, and I'm like this is just, it's now crossed the line of what I feel comfortable like picking up Lisa or picking up my, like, there's no way I would. Yeah, it's just so. But when I posted about the problem with the water, somebody said you should check this and this, and I went online. They said check the vents in the sunroof, that did not occur to me. I thought it was near the. It would make sense to me that it was by the windshield, and I tested that, and wasn't leaking there. But they said check the vents in the sunroof. I looked at some online videos that said this is by far the common reason that you'll have water in your front seats, and even a Lexus person saying this is what happens. And I checked, and it was clogged. And so I cleared out the vent and poured some water in there, and it drained through. So now the next step is to actually like run a hose over the top of it and see if it still works. So if it's still holding, tightness, and then get the thing detailed, and I could feel comfortable selling it. I already had some people ask about buying it, but I want to make sure that I'm leaving them with a car that is uh, not leaking, or at least disclose like, hey, it's dependable, but you got to figure out this leak thing. Any more gratitudes today before we head off into our days? Paney saying debit cards all the way. I mean, there's a real strategy. Like I made a mistake yesterday, in terms of like I normally don't carry my credit card with me. I have it on my online things attached to my credit card. So if I lose my wallet, I don't have to redo all my online payments. But and I knew that I couldn't pay for the car with a credit card because otherwise I was going to do that and try to get points and cash back. But I could pay for the extended warranty with a credit card, and then I was there and I didn't have a credit card with it. So I missed out on getting a cash back on the extended warranty. That was, I think, my big mistake. Thanks, Gerbot. I think I'm feeling good about this leak thing. Okay, so the other thing that I was going to share about my experience, like just in case you're a car shopper person and with anything like me, who's like, I did not want to deal with haggling. Like, I'm my brother and I have talked about this. Like, our family, like, we would rather overpay than like than be feel like a sucker. Like if we it's not the price that makes us stressed. It's the feeling like, "Oh my gosh, I got I was stupid about this. I'm a sucker." And so the thought of going to a dealership and trying to like get the best price possible, which there's there's reasons why now it can be a good time to work with dealerships, but I just wanted to do a no haggle and just like, what's the price? And so CarMax is that way. And then CarMax also has a thing where you can bring it back 30 days, no questions asked. So I'm like, okay, well, I enjoyed the test drive. I'm going to buy it. And then what I'm going to do is have some newer or some other cars sent to their facility, drive them over the next month. And if I like those better, then I will return this car. Or like there's already a couple of things where I'm like, I'm not sure if this car is in as good a shape as I thought it was. So I've got that's after 1 day, so I would now have 29 more days to decide, yeah, it's too this isn't what I wanted. And that for someone who struggles sometimes with buyer's remorse and the sucker thing, like I don't like if I make a choice and then feel like that was a stupid choice, that's hard for me. Like when I was in college, I would when it was time to like pick a roommate for the next year after freshman year, like second year, like who do you want to live with? I just said, put me in the lottery because I would rather make it work than pick somebody and then feel like this sucks and I did this to myself. That makes sense? Anywho, I am feeling very grateful for the process and I'm especially grateful for a men's group that I went to last night. Um, I have a group of friends and not a man in the men's group, but a best friend of a few people in the group committed suicide last week. He was a veteran, and it's a lot, you know. So it was really an awesome opportunity for this group of men that has been meeting for years to really go deep and meander, you know, like it was a really beautiful job of just setting a container like whatever is alive for you right now, you speak it and we'll stay here until everyone has said what they feel like they need to say. And it was I felt really honored and it was a really heart-wrenching but um my heart was really wrenched but also like so open um witnessing my friends and in this super real situation. And it wasn't just about the person who passed. It was also like about losing people, and you know, we're all in a place where we're starting to have, parents and friends and people pass, and that kind of ever-present reality of everything is transitory. You will lose everyone. Everything you love, you will lose. Um, and that is a heavy reality of being alive. Anyone else have any gratitude? I'm not sure if no one is speaking or if the technology is just being wacky with me, but I am grateful to be here with you. Let me see if there's any chance that it's the technology. Yes. No. Cool. No, we're all good. Aha. Gerbot says, grateful to be here now. Me too. Thanks, Gerbot. Oh, and I'm grateful to you, Gerbot. I Gerbot attended the 4-year anniversary of the gratitude circles, which is technically, this is not that. This has been going on about 3 years. The 4 years is the Zoom circles, and there's a pretty tight crew of people and a rotating crew of people, and you're always welcome. It's an open circle. And we had this beautiful 90-minute gratitude circle where people shared the last 4 years and the practice of gratitude that we've been sharing. And so I made a little video clip that I have not posted yet. And I hope I'm not betraying any confidentiality. Anyway, I edited a cool collection of people's sharing in that, and Tall Paul's in it too. If he's still here, there's a beautiful clip of Tall Paul. So when I post it, um, if you see a very handsome man with a white beard, that's Tall Paul. Yeah, so I'm great. I'm still thinking about of gratitude about that gathering. Thank you, Jax. Have a beautiful day as well. And let's do this. Let's anchor with a hug and head off into our days. I'm going to be recording a Stay Sparked episode shortly, so I should probably get my act together. So wherever you are, my hands are hitting my beautiful plant here, so I got to be careful. Let's give ourselves a big hug. Feeling gratitude for our bodies, feeling connected beyond the physical in this moment, feeling grateful for the opportunity to meet this day as a love ambassador. Let's take a deep breath in and squeeze one another. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and you, thanks for being here. I love you.